the reasons it's longer. And also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top, all over this green, and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So just a formality here. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Superb shot.
That's his...
Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on this green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
And it makes the green in regulation. Locked in on the read and the speed. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player, when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
Great strike and a great result. Setting up, good chance to attack the flag. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but he's well on the cards.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. The birdies are nice, but eagles are better. Frank, if the winds kick up, you could see carnage here at 17.
Well, just to give you an example, Rich, back in 2007, 93 balls. That's the best players in the world found the lake. 2005, 65. So, what would the mere mortal do? That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, he had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
This is a good-looking shot. That was a solid strike and a good result. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round one.
Good place to be. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Trying to make yet another birdie.
Oh, good start.
How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Here we go. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
A big ridge in the middle of this green. Really have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
You cannot hide the flag stick from that man inside of 5 feet. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, how would you describe the bunker all along the right here at number 4?
Well, it looks like it never stops. It covers really the entire length of that tee shot down the right side.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Safely aboard. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. You'd like that one again.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. These putts keep the round together. Good putt. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, if you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Country with a birdie, now inside the cut line. Hole number 6, 393-yard, par 4. What's in store for us here, Frank?
Another one really where you're just trying to poke it down there. When you stand on that back tee, there's an overhanging limb that you just get an eye of. So if you try and hit that ball a little too low, that's going to encourage a miss hit.
Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. Good swing, good shot yet again. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight. Confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that. It's actually a pretty good line. Rich, there's such a big advantage. You tee it up on a peg there. It should be an easy shot. But remember, this is the most powerful club in the bag. This is the one that you have to nail out of the middle of club face.
Demonstrating there and really all day that he is one of the best drivers of the golf ball in the sport. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s. Justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is. Longest of the 4 par 3s. Plus, it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now. Great, too.
Beautiful. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Cleans that up in the hole. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Really well done. Just inside of 5 feet there. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back 9, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
This one has a chance to be close. And the green in regulation. And getting ready for the putt. Down to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s, though. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance. Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank? Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to not get that close? That's good. And he makes it for par. Hole number 13 here at Sawgrass, tricky 181-yard par 3. You don't have to hit directly at this flag. When that flag's at the back there, you can use the contours. When it's on the left, once again, you can use the ridge in the middle of the green. Matter of fact, one of the hardest hole locations is when it's in the front right, because that's when you have to be perfect. Par yesterday, and for birdie. Continues to roll the ball very well. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4. If you ever want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down... And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin. Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. That's how you keep a round going, make them from that distance. Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here? Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit a tee shot down the right side, keeping away from that bunker. But that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise? It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere. He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. That is another laser right at the flagstick. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, Nate Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank. And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot
I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
And he has it for birdie. Now one of the more difficult holes in golf, the 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water that's to the left of 18 here that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here. Should be safely on deck.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality. Well read.
There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's third-round coverage of the Players. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway. Frank, you want to get out of the gates quickly, hit the proper approach shot here at the first. What does the player need to look out for?
Well, there's 2 distinct levels to this green. There's that left side and then that collection area to the right side. Flag on the top, it's a very, very difficult shot because that bunker plump comes into play.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Made it. Second hole here at Sawgrass, 532-yard par 5. Frank, considered one of the easier holes on the golf course, is that right?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it miles down there. Anything that turns a little to the player's left certainly helps. There are some trees down the left side. Just want to avoid those.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Second shot.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
And it is down for an eagle. Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of the screen, and that bunker too. You don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker. It sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
Good chance at one. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just a couple of feet.
Good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Frank, how difficult is it to access the hole location if you miss the fairway here at 4?
Well, if you miss it left, I've got to say the lesser of two evils is to be in the bunker on the right. Oh, if this is up.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Now to the fifth. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, if you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank now getting set for the second shot here at the fifth.
Relatively big green or flat green. You've got to be careful. If you miss it on the left, especially in that left rough just short of the bunker, it's a devilish of a chip.
Oh, a sensational shot right there, Frank.
Oh, you start beating your chest after a shot like that. That's the best we've seen into this hole to date.
Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank's seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's a canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
See if our featured golfer can get a little something positive going here, Frank. It has been a miserable day.
Yeah, things have just appeared too tough. So really just somehow just eradicate everything you've been thinking right now. Realize this green's big enough. Just get something on the green. Opportunity maybe for a birdie.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank's 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is, longest of the 4 par 3s, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
This could be a good one. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Just misses. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good putt. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
He's made it. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, what's so much fun about TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good example.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. The tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shot you get in Scotland with a wedge where you just see the top of the flagstick and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have. But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance. This is certainly a birdie hole.
And it makes the green in regulation. Everybody loves them. Birdie on the card. Frank, so much focus on the back nine here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass on the 17th hole with the island green. I think 13 gets lost sometimes. But the pros know this is a really good hole.
Oh, it can be disastrous too. That's, I think, what you're referring to, Rich. There's a big ridge in the middle of the screen that bisects the top side with the bottom side on the left. So even when the flag's on the left, you don't have to go directly at it because that normally causes the problem with the wooden bulkheads down the left side and obviously the water left of that. So something on the ridge can often run down towards the left. But we have seen the odd hole-in-one here over the years. Oh, another one goes in.
Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard record because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish. Surely not.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie, but if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up, and there's two little pop bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down. Should be safely on deck.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. He's hit it very close, and he will have that, Frank, for an eagle.
Amazing how quickly the round changes. He'll quickly pick up 2 shots on the field.
Frank, not to plant the seed of doubt, but we must deliver the facts here on this telecast. 44 balls in the water a couple of years ago, 28 last year.
Rich, that's the announcer's curse. What will he do?
You cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside of 5 feet and getting ready for the putt. And he has it for birdie. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And, of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Frank, really challenging second shot here at the home hole, the 18th.
You have to be decisive going in here. You can see all the trouble in front of you. Water left, that mounding on the right. Neither place really is good to go. So somehow you've got to muster up your best shot.
What an outstanding shot that was.
You got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie try again here today. He's made it. Now to the second. Frank, what do you make of this hole?
Well, over the years, we've seen more and more people hitting 3-wood off this tee. And 3-wood's normally easier to draw, and it doesn't run out down that right side.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. In the fairway, shouldn't be more than 200 yards to the flagstick. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
How did that not go in? You know, a great effort, a little too strong. It didn't take the break.
He's got a birdie chance now coming back. Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of the green, and that bunker too, you don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker. It sneaks into that left side, so if that flag is on the left, just be careful. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. You always like that. Count it as a birdie. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple two-shotter. Can we get a measure on that one? That's enormous.
Frank, getting set now for the second shot here at the fifth. What's the best way to go at it?
Rich, it's one of the toughest par 4s on the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the sixth.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. It's one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank's 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Birdie try up next. Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. He'd settle for par here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
So this is the 3rd shot to the par 5. You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Just a little tap in here. All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Wow, what a birdie. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Nothing to argue about there. Right in the fairway. Second from an excellent lie. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. And getting ready for the putt.
How did that not go in?
Frank, can't fault him there, trying to make an eagle.
It's a rare bird, but the pleasure of making one, well worth the effort.
He's in the hole for a birdie. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par fours. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. In? Just a great shot.
And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Birdie try up next. Birdie try again here today. He's made it. Frank, Tiger certainly had his adventures here at 14.
Well, we'll never forget that. Spun it left. In the end, was very, very lucky to get away with 6. Had it been 7, Garcia might have just caught him at the post. But he will, and we will, never forget 14. That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, halfway home on maybe the toughest par 4 in the golf course.
Yeah, for some reason, for such a big green, it's always hard to get that second shot close. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all. But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on this green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Settles in over the putt. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. These putts keep the round together. Wow, Nate Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now.
Oftentimes in golf, we'll say it's man against man, man against nature. And here's a good example. 1998 at the Players at the TPC Sawgrass, Steve Lowry was playing the 17th hole, the famous Island Green. Hit his tee shot right on the putting surface. And guess what happens? Here comes a Siegel.
This is all over it.
Dude, he just made an ace. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity to win the Players' Championship. Perfect roll right there.
Anything other than a rookie. Great stroke.
Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.